game and open up the questions to Andrew and Bill.
Yeah, we played well on both sides of the ball. Loved our defense from start to finish. We were locked in, understanding personnel, and did a really good job with that. I thought offensively, when I look down, see 18 assists, always good things. From there, they're one of the better defensive teams in our league. They're one of the most athletic teams in our league. And then looking at the rebound to see we're plus 11 on the glass, I think that says a lot about our effort today. Very pleased with that.
First question here.
Yeah, Coach, defensively, 29.6% for slippery rock, 13.8 from three. Did you put more time and effort into the defensive end going into today?
No, just do what we do. Understanding personnel, I thought we did a great job with that tonight. I thought that was a key. They're hard to guard. They got a lot of athletic, strong, explosive players that can put it on the floor and attack. And I thought we did a good job containing the basketball. So they weren't the threes that they were taking, they were going to be contested. And we did a good job not giving up layups. And they're really, really good in transition, and they're really, really good on the offensive glass. And we did a great job in both areas.
Andrew got one.
Yeah, coming into the game, I mean, you guys had a little bit more rest than Slippery Rock did. They came off a big win on Monday, last second shot and everything. How do you go into a game knowing that a team has maybe a little bit more momentum or spark coming into the game than you guys do, knowing that you're a little bit more rested?
Well, I think, when your back's up against the wall, it's a win or lose, win or go home scenario. I think teams are going to be ready. Is it an advantage? For sure. For us not playing on Monday, no doubt about it. And they were in a hard-fought game that was physical, against a good Seton Hill team. So, yeah, I mean, we've been in a good, Wednesday, Saturday stretch, for the whole second half of the season. So I thought definitely had an advantage for us to be rested for sure. And they're a little bit banged up. One of their kids didn't play, Bobby. He's a good player for him, so that obviously hurt. But we were locked in today. We played well today.
And Jermaine, career high 17 rebounds tonight. How were you able to go out there and kind of just, provide that spark for your team that you needed outside of scoring the basketball?
Just being the energy guy. Coach tells me to do that all the time. So just making sure I box out and doing the small things for the team to win. So I think just being locked in and knowing where the ball is going to be and just going to get it.
And KJ, 8 minutes into the game, me and my boy Nate were looking up at the clock and we were like, man, KJ's yet to score. This is a little unorthodox, not something we're too used to. And then you finished the game 22 points, being efficient from the floor. How much went into kind of just building your confidence throughout that game?
A lot of it, like I always say, is due to my teammates. Early, I thought we were trying to go a little too quick sometimes, and then once we settled in, and as you saw, we just continuously kept scoring, and things found me, and we found each other, and it was, how many assists? We had 18. If you have 18 assists, I think everyone's going to get a piece of that, and, they were just finding me in open spots, and I was knocking them down, so always kudos to my teammates.
And then another question for you, Bryson Lucas able to put 20 points in tonight, 10 for 13 from the floor, gets 5 rebounds as well. How much does his involvement in the offense kind of help you guys and free you guys up a little bit?
I'll start him. He's a great player for us. He does a little bit of everything. There's some games like tonight he has 20 on 10 and 13, and you're like, he's just dominating the game right now. And then there's other nights he might have 6 points, but he'll have 9 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks. And, players like that, it's hard to have someone who's as locked in and bought in as he is. And I think we're fortunate that we have him on our side. And, I love Bryson. I've known him since he was little, and he's a great kid and a great basketball player.
Yeah, to piggyback off of what KJ said, seeing Bryson's growth is the best thing that we can all see from Bryson. And being, like he said, being brought into the team and just putting in the extra work. And Bryson loves the game, and I think that shows on the court. And just he's a freak athlete as well. So the things that he can do on the court is unbelievable. So it's just the time that he's put in, and it's showing.
I want to comment on that too. He hasn't started to touch his potential. His best basketball is coming. I think he is the most versatile defender in the country. He can guard the 1 through the 5. He can move his feet. He has great anticipation. His offensive game continues to get better. Like I said, his best basketball is out in front of him, and he's a handful right now, but he's going to continue to get better.
And just one more question, this is for you, Jermaine, specifically. Going into each game, you're a senior, and loss kind of ends your career. What's the mindset walking into these games knowing that it could be your last and just trying to extend your career?
You just got to take it one day at a time, and understand that I got to leave everything on the court. And I got to do that for my teammates too, because I don't want the season to end, and our team doesn't want the season to end. So if we all just have that same mentality and we're clicking, I feel like we're where we're at, and the mindset just never changed after each game. So it's just being bought in and just staying the course.
Appreciate it.
Anything else, Bill?
No, took the words right out of my mouth.
And you took it off. Okay, guys, thank you very much.
I got one.
Oh, you got one safe? What do you got?
So, the offense obviously was there like throughout the last season, and this season it's been like unbelievable. But the defense from last year compared to this year is night and day. What has changed in terms of the approach, into each game? Because we talked about all the time, like last year at least, this team was shooting lights out, but they're giving up a ton of points. But this year, like the defense has really stepped up. So, what approach has been changed going into this?
I don't think it's an approach. We play how we play, but I think you had Jermaine coming off an Achilles injury last year. I think you had KJ, who's a brand new player in the program. I think you had Donald Whitehead coming off of an Achilles. You miss Zion Collins, who may be the best perimeter defender in the conference. You miss Bryson Lucas, who can clean up some mistakes. And you miss Antoine Arnett, who was injured last year. I mean, that's the key, and we've dealt with injuries this year. Keith Psac missed 8 weeks of the season, and Cam Pollard hasn't played. He played for 30 seconds this year. I mean, it's just, we got a good group as far as just committed to what we ask them as coaches. And last year was such an enjoyable year to coach. I know the record wasn't what we wanted to, but we won 8 out of our last 10 games. We played great basketball. We figured it out. I could see like KJ from the first half to the second half just continued to get better and better and better. Donald Whitehead continued to get better and better and better. So then you get a healthy Jermaine for an entire year. You add, Zion back, and Keith Psac obviously is a great player. But we got a lot of great players. We really do. But they play the game. KJ, in my opinion, obviously is clearly the player of the year in our league. But like tonight, like Bryson Lucas, like a guy that scores about 11 points a game for us, he can score 20 on any given night. And our guys share and pass the ball, and he reaped the benefits tonight on a lot of catch and finish plays. So I think it says a lot about our players and our team.
And KJ, how are you so good at drawing fouls specifically? Like, I think one of the biggest leaps from last season to this season is your ability to create the contact, be able to go to the line, just get the team a ton of free points, and just what goes into working on that aspect of your game to kind of elevate yourself and the team to this level?
Well,
you're asking for the tricks of the trade here. You know that.
a lot of it has to do with just how players guard me. The season's been a little different than last season. I've obviously shot pretty well from the outside, so they're a lot tighter on me. And coming off screens and stuff, I get a lot of holds. I get a lot of people trying to slow me down. So, I grew up playing football, so I love the contact. I love hitting people. So I think a lot of it has to do with just not being afraid of the contact. I'll put my head down and I'll drive in against anybody and try to go through them. And, it's obviously good to get a lot of free throws in the game. It gets us some easy points and then gets them in foul trouble. So it's like a double whammy there that helps us and benefits us.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.